like,
Okay.
Favor, you just need to go back to bed and
They
sleep.
bugged, yeah.
But money that's everybody
They
in
so,
Milan, because the show has to go on.
A very big thank you to everybody that showed up yesterday for the Kiddies End of the Year party. Shout out to the city of Ibadan. Shout out to all our sponsors. Shout out to everybody. And, without you, that event wouldn't have been possible. Shout out to the management staff of Solutions 93.9 FM. Shout out to Paris Bakery. Shout out to Barrister Lowell Bishes. So shout out to Yewande Folari. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. Mommy Pressure, shout out to you.
Shout out to the members of the committee.
Everybody, shout out to you guys.
To the GM, everybody that made it possible. It was really, really, really a fun time with the kids yesterday.
We are going to have our own end of the year party.
When?
Yeah, shout out to Gatsby.
Shout out to the cake.
Yeah, you get
that
cake
is a ball.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go straight to the first half of the show. Okay, starting with tennis. Remember, 9:15 we crossed over to the other side of the M update this morning. But kicking off with tennis, where Stefanos Tsitsipas opened his United Cup campaign with a comfortable victory over Grigor Dimitrov in Perth. ATP World Number 4 Tsitsipas is one of the headline names in action at the event, which is acting as a warm-up tournament for the Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of the year. After going a set down to the Bulgarian opponent in his first game of the inaugural tournament, Tsitsipas hit back with a strong second set before holding his nerve in a tense tie break in the decider, securing the 4-6, 6-2, 7-6 win. Tsitsipas' teammate Despina Pamamikaya continued Greece's strong start, also coming from a set down to beat Isabella Shinnikova 3-6, 6-4, 6-1. Looking at games going down today at the United Cup Group A, Maria Sakkari defeated Victoria Tomova 6-3, 6-4. While Dimitar Kuzmanov defeated Markel Pevorakes 6-1, 6-1. While this doubles game between Stefanos Tsitsipas, where we have Stefanos Tsitsipas and Maria Sakkari to battle Grigor Dimitrov and Victoria Tomova got cancelled. While Maria Sakkari Tsitsipas edged Andrea Andreeva and Gergana Topalova 6-4, 6-4 in the doubles. The Group B game is ongoing right now. The fourth game, the first set is on.
Okay, that's between Stan Wawrinka and Alexander Bubik. Stan Wawrinka is leading that set 5-2.
Okay, we've got more games to also go down. 10:05, Geotechma will take on Zibek Kulembayeva. We have the doubles of that is going down 11:35. Stan Wawrinka teaming up with Belinda Bencic to battle Yulia Putintseva and Alexander Bublik. Well, moving away from that this morning, as we look at another update, let's talk about the NBA this morning.
Sports. The NBA has suspended 11 players from the scuffle during Wednesday's Detroit Pistons 121 win over Orlando Magic's 101 points. The alteration occurred with 32.2 seconds left in the second quarter, with Orlando Motit Wenger body checked Detroit guard Killian Hayes off the court and onto the Pistons bench. Well, Wenger appeared to have been knocked out by the blow, but was able to eventually walk away from the scrimmage.
Yeah, anybody fights, but sometimes, when you fight, you have to wait the sanctions behind, going against the rules of the game, right? Remember when we were in school back then, sometimes you may be the one that is right, but for you coming out with a scuffle or the one with the punches, that means at the end of the day, you understand.
But sometimes too that you have to, defend yourself.
But not in the game of sports.
Let's move on.
Not in sports. You just have to wait for the decision of the officials. All right, let's look at results of games played in the wee hours of today. Charlotte Hornets defeated Oklahoma City Thunders 121 to 113 points, as Cleveland Cavaliers lost against Indiana Pacers 126 to 135 points. Boston Celtics defeated LA Clippers 116 to 110 points, as Toronto Raptors lost 106 at home against Memphis Grizzlies, who won by 119 points. New York Knicks lost 115 to 122 points, while Dallas Mavericks defeated Houston Rockets 129 to 114 points. Let us talk boxing this morning.
World Boxing Council WEC President Mauricio Suleiman says the organization plans to introduce a new transgender category and put out a call for interested athletes could come forward in 2023. The prospective category would adopt the A birth or at birth rule, meaning that a trans fighter assigned as a male at birth would only be able to compete against a fellow trans fighter assigned as a male birth. In June 2022, Swimming's World Governing Body, FINA, voted to restrict the participation of transgender athletes in elite women's competition and created a working group to establish an open category.
I mean, looking at athletics, there was a particular athlete coming from South Africa. That is Casper Semenya. At some point in time, she was told to undergo test. Some people felt like she was a transgender athlete. But, I mean, with what is coming up here, let's just also wait if WBC is coming out to give us this. Maybe we'll also get more to come from that. Maybe some people will stand against that. I mean, this is boxing. Anything can happen. I mean, imagine a transgender, from the female moving to male.
And you go and box a man at birth.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
move
Now
on.
you have strength.
Favor.
You have strength. That's it.
All right. So yesterday, while everybody was celebrating, it was. It was last night. Yeah, we know where we were yesterday.
Yeah, it was like.
Were we not there?
We
were there.
We were there.
So it was the announcement of the passing on of great Pelé yesterday. So a lot of people, well, some did not see Pelé kick the ball, but some people might have heard his interview. And, he came out to say that, well, he never liked the name Pelé because in Portuguese, when you make mistake, they say you're late. He said this during an interview some years back. And, well, this is we celebrate Pelé. We don't need to cry. Because he has been able to put smiles on people, on faces of other people, football lovers in South America, not only South America, even across the globe.
I mean, this film video actually said it all. It shows that he's a loved man, and his family will miss him. The world of football will miss him. We say R.I.P. Pelé.
One in a small town, in hinterland of Brazil, called Tree Hearts. I born in Tree Hearts, and then when I born, come the lights. Same time come the lights. And then my father gave me Edson because of a Thomas Edison. Mm-hmm. I was very proud to be a name of the engineer of the lights. Then I used to tell to everybody, oh, my name is Edson. When I started to play with the kids in another city where my father went to play, because my father was a soccer player too, then I don't know if I made some mistake, because in Portuguese, when you kick with the foot, called pé. Maybe because I made some mistake, I didn't kick well, they said Pelé. I fight with everybody, no, my name is Edson.
But what do you call yourself now? If you come home and you put the key in the door, do you shout, hi, it's me, Pelé, or Edson? What do you call yourself?
Actually, people gonna be surprised. If you arrive in my house, either Pelé or Edson, my family call me Dico.
Dico?
Dico.
So you've got three names.
But I just, of course, now Pelé, I love Pelé. It's a big, important for me.
Once upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. Father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me.
Avicii, the night dedicated to late great Pelé, right? Telling us a story about his father and how the name Pelé came about. This is 9:12. We've got 3 minutes to run this. Let's talk about the burial arrangement.
Well, the stadium where Brazil soccer great Pelé played some of his best matches of his career will also hold his funeral on Monday and Tuesday.
Santos, the club where Pelé played in Brazil, said in a statement the public will be able to pay their final respects at Vila Belmiro Stadium at the state of Sao Paulo. Pelé, whose full name was Edson Arantes do Nascimento, bid the world goodbye after a long battle with cancer at the age of 82. The government of President Jair Bolsonaro, who leaves office on Sunday, declared 3 days of mourning and said in a statement that Pelé was a great citizen and patriot, raising the name of Brazil wherever he went. For Bolsonaro's successor, President-elect Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva wrote on Twitter that few Brazilians carry the name of our country as far as he did. End of quote. And still talking about the burial right of a great Pelé.
Okay, that's going to be Santos said the coffin carrying the 3-time World Cup champion will leave Albert Einstein Hospital in Sao Paulo early Monday morning and will be placed in the center circle of the field. Visitation will start Monday at 10 a.m. and finish the next day at the same time.
I was about asking a question. Why is everything happening after Lionel Messi won the FIFA World Cup?
My brother said something this morning that I guess or he felt like Pelé was waiting till Messi would leave the World Cup, and then he saw it and he felt fulfilled, and that was it.
Okay, feeling fulfilled. Let's talk about the Spanish La Liga this morning. He scored at the FIFA World Cup, but his goals could not help us. Spain, the Spanish national team, qualified to the next round. Alvaro Morata, that's the man I'm talking about. He did not realize he had scored Atletico Madrid's second goal against Elche as he snapped a 3-game winless run in La Liga with a 2-0 victory on Thursday. But now let's look at some games in Spanish La Liga scheduled for today, starting 5 o'clock.
Okay, Getafe will be up against Mallorca, Cádiz CF will be up against Almeria, Celta Vigo will take on Sevilla, and Real Madrid will be playing Valladolid.
Okay, forever. Dolly, let us also see if Karim Benzema will notch up goals against this team. That game is going down by 9:30. Now let's talk about the English Premier League. 2 games going down tonight, 8:45. West Ham United will be at the London Stadium hosting Brentford, and Liverpool hosts Leicester City.
Quick
Jogging
word.
Club. What did you just say?
Nothing, just take Jogging Club. I want to ask you a question though.
Okay, but Jogging Club is saying, well, this time around, we need to get all the results because we are lagging behind.
We all know that Newcastle will be a massive contender from now on, and then it's clear Man United, all these kind of things, and Arsenal playing obviously an exceptional season. All respect for that. City. So all of a sudden you have already four places occupied. Tottenham, obviously fighting hard, and all these kind of things. Chelsea still there. So it's we are back to top 6 or top 7 if you want, and only 4 can make it. We know that absolutely. But so the quality of the opponents is obvious and clear. But most of the things we still can sort ourselves. So it's clear that they win all the time. We cannot get closer, but we meet some of them, and for us.
Well, let's also hope that they get closer. We have to wrap up. This morning, you asked a question on the other side, where we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Do not go anywhere. AM Update is still live.
Oh boy, today was just stressful. Hey, as in everywhere just choke. You know what would be really cool right now? Hit me. Feel the vibe, live for the fun. It's cool like fun ice. Call the gang and have some more. That's cool like fun ice. With the creamy goodness, oh yeah. Be cool like fun ice.
Enjoy the taste of creamy goodness with Fun Ice. Available in vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
So you're at your favorite booker and you've ordered rice, shaki, bomb roundabout, fuku, edo, liver, and croaker. Then you feel you should just top it up with one big, chilled bottle of 7-Up. But something tells you it's too much. Something tells you if people look at your table, they will think you're trying to kill yourself. Bros, please, what is something? Who is something? Are you something? Is something you? Something is only trying to stop you from being you. And that's all. Take this from 7up and Fido-Dido. Just sip some 7up, face life, and just be you, because nothing sure pass.
7up, be you, nothing sure pass. 7up, the diff is clear.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? I beg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20k free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN line today and get 20,000 Naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
Union Bank is 105. To celebrate, we're giving away another 55 million naira in our Save and Win Pali promo too. That's 105,000 naira for 50 people every month, 500,000 naira for 5 people every quarter, and 5 million naira for one lucky person at the end of the year. To stand a chance, simply save at least 10,000 naira into your Union Bank account every month. If you don't have an account, you can download the Union mobile app or visit the nearest branch to open one. Terms and conditions apply.
Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
Oh boy, today was just stressful. Hey, everywhere just choke. You know what would be really cool right now? Hit me, feel the vibe, live for the fun. It's cool like Fun Ice. Call the gang and have some more. That's cool like Fun Ice. With the creamy goodness, oh yeah. Be cool like Fun Ice.
Enjoy the taste of creamy goodness with Fun Ice. Available in vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
We all have that one friend that always hides everything from everyone else. Like my guy, Sheon, that got 1 gig free data when he downloaded my MTN NG app. Did he share the gist with us?
No!
But we found out, and even something he doesn't know, that we get up to 2 gig data if we recharge 500 naira or more on my MTN NG app with our debit card.
You don't mean it!
That's not all. We also get 10% extra on every airtime recharge made on my MTN NG app.
Wow!
Will we share the gist with him?
Yes!
That's correct. You get 1 gig free data when you download my MTN NG app. Up to 2 gig when you recharge 500 naira and above with your debit card on my MTN NG app. And 10% extra on every recharge made on the app. So what are you waiting for? Download my MTN NG app today to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Guys, here he comes.
Guy, any gist today?
What are we doing today?
It's a beautiful morning, Naija. Don't forget to deposit your old Naira notes into your Momo wallet at the nearest Momo agent outlet before January 31st, 2023. First dial *671# to open the Momo wallet, then call our toll-free number 671 to locate the Momo agent near you.
Great people of Oyo South Senatorial District, what do you want?
Freedom! Development! Youth empowerment!
That is right! Here is another 4 years opportunity to get it right in Oyo South Senatorial District. Cast your vote for Honorable Oluwasegun Theophilus Oladimeji Otto under the auspices of Labour Party as our representative at the National House of Assembly, Senate. Otto, a man of the people, credible and intelligent leader, social transformer, an advocate for youth empowerment always. On this note, market men and women, artisans, civil servants, students across all levels, social groups, religious houses, and many others. Vote for Honorable Oluwasegun Theophilus Oladimeji Otto to represent Oyo South Senatorial District on the Labour Party with the logo of a father, mother, and children. Let's do it together. No carryover. Vote for Otto.
Labour Party! Forward ever!
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
staying tuned. It's the Remedy Dow Solutions 939 FM, and it is AM Update. We're taking stories from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Ogun Assembly passes 472.250 billion naira budget into law. Akpata tanker fire, protest sharing formula of Makide's 10 million palliatives. And 1,955 police constables pass out in Kaduna. We have the story, Bolanle Rahim, charge a killer officer to court now, Sanwo-Olu urges IGP. Oyo CJ launches Administration of Criminal Justice Rule 2022. We also have the story, federal government plans to transform Nigeria to hub for talent innovation. Tribunal dismisses Oni's petition, opposes Oyebanji's victory in Ekiti. You'll find other stories on the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, this is Punch newspaper. Looking at headlines on this page this morning, front page of the Punch newspaper. The top headline is concerning health. COVID-19 surge. FG rules out restricting travelers from China. Read more from page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Ajaokuta Steel projects 500,000 jobs, $1.6 billion annual revenue. Page 22 of Punch has the story. The pocket headline: World mourns as Pele dies at 82. Page 30 has that story. And the banner headline this morning: aggrieved PDP governors demand Tinubu support in 5 states. And looking at the riders to this headline, PDP governors are concerned about political careers, seek assurance from Tinubu. Ex-Lagos governor to brief party. Akeredolu insists Southerners must succeed Buhari. G5 governors visit Ekweremadu in prison. Return from UK today. And looking at the front page picture of the Punch newspaper this morning, says resident of Chikakore, scooping water from a hole, in Abuja. That shows the level of poverty in Nigeria. Now, looking at the shoe headline this morning, Abuja court bars DSS, others from arresting Emefiele. Killer cop suspended. NBA demands a 5 billion naira compensation. Page 4 and 5 of Punch has a story. Debt telcos seek NCC approval to disconnect banks.
Okay, moving over to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Tributes as Buhari, Jonathan, Atiku, Tinubu, Obinwodo, others mourn Ohanese's President General Obioza, and court restrains DSS from harassing Emefiele. 2023 budget. NESS raises deficits to 12.1 trillion naira. And whistleblower information, reps vow to unearth facts in alleged illegal crude oil exports. Page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Immigration orders hold returning overseas passengers for 6 hours. Raise alarm over use of ECOWAS certificates. And we also have this one. We are proud of what Yahya Bello has done in security. Projects execution. Buhari speaking on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. And NECA others reject 15,000 naira motor insurance hike. And we have also 2023, that one has been taken on the Punch newspaper. But let's look at this. Super Tucano strike kills scores of Boko Haram terrorists in Borno. And we also have this picture of the commissioning of the palace of Ibira land. And Buhari quoting that. That is everything you can get on the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
Going straight to the Nation newspaper this morning, the top headline says Lagos names preferred bidders for 4th mainland bridge. Page 2, you will have interest, go check that story from the Nation newspapers, page 2. Page 4 has this story: 30 billion naira for senators, reps severance package in 2023 budget. Is there a reason there was a delay in the passage of the budget? Okay, looking at another headline. Defend yourselves against bandits, says governor. Who is that governor? Got the Nation newspaper to know more. Naseni Partners firm. And looking at the red headline on the Nation newspaper this morning, Tribunal upholds Ekiti Governor Oyebanji's victory. Mass burial for 7 victims. And the front page picture of the Nation newspaper shows how Governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, was signing the 472 billion naira 2023 budget into law. You want to read more? Check the page 3 of the Nation newspaper. The banner headline: G5 governors opposition puts Atiku in tighter corner. Right as to that headline: why PDP candidate can't seek elders' intervention. Don't sanction Wike others. Who's saying that? Get the Nation newspaper. Sanwo-Olu IG promise open probe in Rahim's murder. Cut stops Emefiele's arrest. This and more you can get from the Nation newspaper, Punch, Tribune, and Vanguard. Now let's go straight to the burning issue this morning. Remember, the Friday edition is always open mic session, where you have opportunity to talk about everything concerning Nigeria. You notice that it's also not on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers this morning or during the week. Remember, this is also the last edition for the year 2022. Well, the issue of Bolanle Rahim has been in the news since the Christmas day. And, well, it was a sad day for people in Lagos, in Nigeria, also the Nigerian Bar Association. Here's the president of Nigerian Bar Association, Yakubu Mikiao, who has been giving statements concerning the alleged murder of Bolanle Rahim. We'll also listen to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, including the IG Alkali Baba. If this will be made open, what of other cases? But first, listen to Yakubu Mikiao.
There was no merriment for us as an association, of course, for the obvious incident of the killing of Bolanle Rahim on Christmas Day on her way from church. That killing, to say the least, is barbaric. That killing is wicked. That killing is callous and is evil. There was no justification whatsoever for the taking of the life of Bolanle in the manner that it happened. Of course, the only way that a person's life, a citizen's life, can be taken must be through the due process of law. That couldn't have been the due process of law. So the Nigerian Bar Association is really saddened. The Nigerian Bar Association is actually bleeding because of what has happened to Bolanle. And not only Bolanle, we've been dealing with issues of attacks on the lives of legal practitioners in the recent past.
Yakubu Mikiao, NBA president. Well, yesterday we saw on the headlines and different pages about the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu having a meeting with the IGP Alkali Baba concerning Bolanle Rahim and how to partner the Nigerian police force. But how can this be achieved?
No cover-up, of any sort in this particular case, and that the full arm of the law, is put in place to ensure that, the officer that apprehended, that he faced he has his day in court. Essentially, is really to continue to work with the police, the things that we can do, around providing some additional, equipment that they can use, things around body cameras, things around ensuring that we can jointly have an advocacy program, that can enhance and improve, public, and police communication.
Well, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu speaking there. But can we also get the part of IGP, the Inspector General of Police, Alkali Baba, what has been done by the Nigerian Police Force and what will also be done in making sure that there won't be continuous killing of innocent Nigerians?
This incident will be investigated and
the Attorney General of Lagos State will be availed to the case diary for him to take over prosecution from the police. I assure you there is not going to be any hanky-panky on the issue. SP Bandi is the one that, through our investigation, confirmed to be the one that gives cover fire to the serve and search team. And he is the one that cannot account for the number of ammunitions that he was given. So by every extension, we believe he is the one.
Well, the IGP speaking there. Dr. Keniston joins us this morning virtually. The last edition of AM Updates, remember, is the open mic session. We'll also talk about 2022 in total, the highs and lows of the year 2022. You also have opportunity to join us live on our Facebook channel, Solutions 939 FM. Good morning, Dr. Keniston.
Yeah, good morning to you. I am very grateful to see the end of the year and to hear your voice, Daplo. Seeing the end of the year also, we are very, very grateful for how God has taken us this year and how life has been very fair. Good morning.
Good morning. Favor Lawrenzola is also here. It looks special,
Yeah,
right?
It's a special day. Dr. Keniston, good morning to you.
Favor, good morning. How are you today?
I am fine.
Okay.
Your voice shows it that you're doing well.
Well, we had a lovely time yesterday, so I am smiling this morning.
Okay.
Thank you. You
right.
mean at the station?
Yes.
At the studio? Okay.
Okay, so Dr. Keniston, let us go straight to Bolanle Rahim's murder. And we look at...
Not straight yet, because what happened yesterday, I was not part of it. I hope you didn't finish the drinks.
We knew...
You didn't finish the food.
No, we didn't finish the food. We didn't finish the food.
It's still here with us.
But we have more. We have more.
I will be on my way as we finish this program.
Okay, we're expecting you, Doctor.
Okay, so the IGP...
So now go straight.
Okay, let's go straight. The IGP came out yesterday to say that there won't be cover-up, including the Lagos State Governor saying there won't be cover-up in the investigation to the death of Bolanle Rahim, and talking about the suspension of the officer in question. We heard that of NBA as well. 2022 has been a year of ups and downs. How will you rate the year 2022? Looking at security of lives and properties, looking at finance, looking at politics as well.
Well, rating the year 2022, I would want to say that let's start rating it on the number one. Let's talk about the global perception of Nigeria. I think 2022 we had a more, I don't know which word to really use now, but I think on the whole, Nigeria did not really enjoy much international reputation in the year 2022, going by the number of persons who were caught with drugs, illicit drugs, all over the place. And then I would also want to say that statements from our government did not also portray us well. If you remember, it's this year that the Nigerian government started to do things to making sure that Nigerian youths are serious, Nigerian youths are okay, Nigerian youths are doing well. And so coming from last year to this year, I don't think Nigeria actually enjoyed a very good international reputation. And then coming to the dollar, this year started with the dollar being 300 to 350. As we speak right now, the dollar to naira, especially at the parallel market, is almost 1,000. So on that ground, I think Nigeria did not also do well. The inflation rate in Nigeria this year started on probably 12%. Presently, as we speak, it's about between 21 and 25%, depending on how you want to look at it. And so if we moved from 12 to 25 in this year that we are in, then you want to ask yourself to what level have we grown. On the commodity market, over 350% increase in prices in the commodity market. And then you will understand that even the dollar at the government rate or at the international rate was about 410 this year. As I speak to you right now, it's about 445 to the dollar. And in fact, the economic says that before the end of the year, or probably the first quarter of next year, the dollar might be up to 470 at the international market. So when you look at all, you want to say what indices of growth, I mean, do we want to really say that Nigeria has done so well? And then in the area of security, from last year to this year, you will understand that in Kaduna State alone, Nigeria has lost more than 3,000 humans just in Kaduna State alone. And before this time, we used to have the issue of insecurity. The issue of insecurity being just about four local governments in Nigeria. News now have it that about 17 local governments in Nigeria are under the control and the terror of Boko Haram in Nigeria. And so that is on security level. And then concerning fiscal prudence, you realize that just last week, the federal government sent a bill to the National Assembly. At least this is the first time we are seeing that about 26 trillion naira will have been spent. And then after spending, the government is asking for the National Assembly to legislate a money that has been spent away from the budget. I don't know if you understood that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the next thing I'd like to let you know is that in this year alone also about 89 trillion naira is said to have come into the federal government on something that is called stamp duty fees, meaning when you make transfers of money, there are certain amounts of it that go to the federal government. That 89 trillion naira has not been accounted for by the federal government. So I do not really see where I can really pinpoint now and say, oh, there is good news coming from the federal government from which we have made considerable progress.
Okay.
I do not see that. Yeah.
So for you, no progress. But let's look at some projects.
I mean, say on the individual basis, a lot of people must have made progress. What we are looking for in this program is to actually x-ray how we have made progress as a nation, especially governmental progress.
Well,
you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. If you want to say something about the progress, this particular here, we saw the commissioning of the rice pyramid February this same year from the federal government.
Well, I want to say that there was that news of Abuja rice that was yes, but you see, I would like to ask you a favor. How much did you buy your own rice this year?
No, it's not about asking me. It's one
He's asking you. Favor, answer.
Dr.
Answer the question.
Cornerstone, it's about the projects that the federal government actually did, and we also saw the commissioning of,
one way to understand the progress is when the product that is being produced, you get me, is so available that it probably pushes prices down. As at the time of this year in February, when that rice was being, that rice you are talking about, that rice, whether rice mill or wherever was being inaugurated, the price of rice was 17,000 naira. As I speak to you right now, the price of rice is between 34,000 and 42,000 naira. So, and you want to ask yourself the level to which that rice mill has made rice more available that the price pushes up.
Okay, let's also look at the projects, inaugurated by President Muhammadu Buhari. This same year, President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurated $3 billion all exploration projects in Northeast. Remember that of the Kolmani as well. And that was, inaugurating the Kolmani oil drill in the Northeast. But let's look at this, as a whole.
Can I just respond to that Kolmani oil drill?
Yes.
Yeah, you will understand that according to reports from there, that the value of that Kolmani oil that has just been found is about 32 trillion naira. 32 trillion naira is 1 year's budget of the federal government, and according to the reports, that oil well is not producing more. Meaning, once that oil is explorated, it will dry up.
So,
and so that.
Meaning, with what you're saying now, that is not like a score to this present administration.
Exactly. Number two, you want to ask yourself, how in other parts of the world do we have oil wells that dry up? You understand what I'm saying? So that's and if it dries up, what's the parameters of actually knowing, this oil well will not last or thereabouts. So an oil well that will dry up if you, well, they have already mobilized a rig there, and I believe that they are saying that what happens in the Niger Delta will not happen at the Kolmani area. And that's actually a slap on Nigeria, that you are using this oil discovery in another place to actually talk about how you have done very poorly in the first place. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so
the Ogoni cleanup that was flagged up, I think in 2015, after the Buhari administration took over, the Ogoni cleanup is still looking the way it was then. So we want to ask yourself, what was the reason for rushing to flag up something you will never complete? Well, I also want to say that the whole year is not everything about bad news. I think we have a 1.6 kilometer bridge linking Anambra and Delta State called the Second Niger Bridge that was completed with 157 billion naira. And so 157 billion naira went into a 1.6 kilometer bridge, probably also with the adjoining roads of about 10 or 20 kilometers. It's been finished this year, you understand me? So at least we've got something to celebrate there. Number two is the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway that was expected to be commissioned in December this year, but has been moved to March for completion. So in a way, some of the projects that this government meant that they are completing in 2022, this was the reason to say, well, you have tried in this area. But I am looking forward to projects that were started solely by this federal government and completed by this federal government. That will give me more reason to actually celebrate this government more.
Maybe we should also say that talking about people who stockpiled money in their homes had to return these monies because of the policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria approved by President Muhammadu Buhari. We can say that we can also look at a peaceful conduct of elections in Ekiti, in Osun, in Anambra as well. Look at Beavers. Look at electioneering as well. Maybe President Muhammadu Buhari should be giving, thumbs up, giving people free hand in choosing who they want to lead, to lead them in the forthcoming polls.
I'd like to let you know that when it comes to the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Act establishing Central Bank of Nigeria in a whole lot of ways makes it almost independent from the power of government. But well, you still have to give him kudos for at least signing the letter saying, well, I give you go ahead to do that, which will bring progress and prosperity to Nigeria. So what do you therefore see about succumbing to the pressure by people in Nigeria who said that the minimum withdrawal that the central bank was working on was too small for Nigerians? And you remember last week I told you about statements credited to the NDIC who said that 80% of bank accounts in Nigeria do not have up to 500,000 naira in them. So the question is, therefore, who was going to be withdrawing 500,000 naira per week as a peasant? You understand what I'm saying? The answer is very, very simple. It is the politician or the man who wants to actually have opportunities for money laundering and actually asking for this, and they survived and they succeeded. And so, actually, what I want to ask you, therefore, is if today the president has given a go-ahead in that regard, how come that the president, therefore, also now supports the fact that minimum withdrawal is now 500,000 per week, and he also approves it?
Okay.
So that's a question that may not find answers from our mouths, because when politics, dirty politics win, the answers may not be found in our mouths as media people. So in a way, 500,000 naira per week is a whole lot of money, meaning if a kidnapper grabs you, I don't pray, you will have to stay in the kidnapper's den for more than 3 weeks for your people to start raising 500,000 naira per week in case they are asking for a 10 million naira ransom. God forbid. But in a way, that's still something we believe is work in progress in that regard.
That's for 2023, sir.
So let's just be hopeful of a beautiful 2023. Remember, we're moving to the electioneering year, and a lot of people will also have to get their PVCs to go out there to cast their vote starting February. Thank you very much, Dr. Cornerstone, for being part of our year in the year 2022, and we hope to have a solid interaction, a solid analysis come 2023.
Thank you very much. Favor, I'm still expecting your rise, though.
Dr. Cornerstone, you already said you were coming to the station, so I'm expecting you.
Yes, so I'm coming. I'm really serious.
All right. Honestly, come. We have a fun time. It's towards the end of the year.
Yeah, thank you.
All
right. Thank you, Dr. Cornerstone, a public affairs analyst. He has been part of us since 2021-2022 and the last show of the year. But now, for those of you who have also been part of us, let us also get your own opinion, your reaction concerning the year 2022, how you rate this present administration, ahead of 2023. 0909-888-9939, 0912-222-2939, 0909-888-9939, or 0912-222-2939. Remember, the WhatsApp and SMS line is also open.
Well, it's open 0904-422-2939, 0904-422-2939 on Facebook, Solutions 939 FM. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Abiodun Festival speaking.
All right, Abiodun, let's have your take.
Yeah. On our accomplishment of the federal government this year, I can't read them well because of my expectation was high when it was coming in 2015. But you can't expect a crippled man to run. So he has tried his best. That's just the point. And please, I want Nigerians to know this fact. When we are talking about price of rice as a yardstick to reach a federal government is totally wrong, sir.
Okay.
How do I know? By the constitution of this country, only state government has power over the land, on the land. Federal government cannot make any plantation on any state land. They can only tap mineral resources under it. So when it comes to rice agriculture, I think we should be blaming our state governors for the expensive nature of rice. We have the land. Let me talk about Oyo State, where I'm living. We have the land, as in, I'm sorry to use the word crazy land. We have crazy rich land in Oyo State. What if we have been using Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in partnership with Ogun State for rice plantation? My brother, share it in Oyo State. Let Osun State do the same thing. Let Ekiti do the same thing. We have Akure that has land. These state governors are not caring for us when it comes to food, which is the number one primary need of humanity in life.
Okay.
They left agriculture. We should blame our state governors for the expensive nature of rice.
All right.
Why should we be importing rice from Cotonou that is not as big as Oyo State? It's a shame or not?
Let us be hopeful that 2023 will be better. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. 0909-888-9939, 0912-222-2939.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ayo,
Ayo, good morning to you. Let's go. You've got 60 seconds.
all right. I'm blindly.
Okay.
And then the NBA is calling for compensation. But to me, no amount of money is worth a single life. The bottom line is our police force needs total reform. You could remember after Martin was protest, there was this call for police reforms. What happened thereafter? At times, our police they behave the way these ethnically behaves. They need to mobilization. They need total reform in our police force. That's my answer to it.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
All right, 0909 88 89 939, 0912 22 22 939. WhatsApp is 0904 422 2939.
Okay, checking Facebook messages this morning. We start with Abiola Motoshaw.
Well, Nigeria is in a total mess from the present administration at the federal level. All we are crawling for or craving for in 2023 is a good leader who will change Nigeria for the better, because the present APC administration has worsened. Virtually nothing in Nigeria is working. Nigeria, again, except maybe insecurities and corruption, administration is becoming alarming every day. This was not how they met the system when President Buhari became the president in 2015.
Okay, check in. Oluwaseun Ruth, good morning. It's good to hear that the Ajaokuta Steel Project will start working, and it will create 500,000 jobs and generate 1.6 billion naira annually. We hope this is not another deceit from the APC-led government. I still don't know why all this is coming up now, because all their promises to Nigerians are yet to be fulfilled. But if you can check out the front page of, I think, Guardian, saying that we've fulfilled all our electoral promises.
Exactly. Basade Favor says, beautiful morning to everyone in the studio. The federal government has raised our hopes on the Ajaokuta project, which they said will start functioning soon. It's a good news for us, as it will create job opportunities for 500,000 people. I only hope it will be a dream come true and not a deceit, as usual from APC-led federal government. Basade Favor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. Kemi calling from Akobo.
All right.
Kemi, good morning to you.
Good morning, government of the state.
I wish you the same. 60 seconds. Let's go.
2022 so far on the masses has not been good enough at all in all aspects. I think it has been 12 years on the masses, especially the students. Remember, tertiary institutions were shut down for good 8 months. Insecurity was on the high side across the nation. Even the economy. Look at our debt profile, inflation rate, food crisis, and lot to talk about. Now, APC administration, I mean the current administration at the center, coming on board, telling Nigerians that they have delivered all what they promised during their campaign. I saw it on this daily super this morning. What have they delivered? To me, Nigeria has not been progressing under their progressive parties ever since they have been in office. There is no significant improvement at all. I really hope 2023 will make Nigeria a better nation. I really hope the next administration will correct their wrongs, the wrongs of their predecessors, rather, and make Nigeria a better nation. Good morning, Kemi.
Good morning, Kemi. Check us out right now. This is 9:54, and in the next 1 minute, we'll be wrapping up. Let's see if we can pick the last call. Remember, the last call 60 seconds, and we say our goodbye. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sherry from Malakia.
From Malakia, yes.
Okay, let's have your take. 60 seconds.
Survival of the fitness for we Nigerians, because we don't believe everything we get in what it is. But this morning I also read it. Mr. President said he has delivered all the campaign promises on this day newspaper. Please, I want to ask, how many promises they have fulfilled since all these days? Because it is on record when they promised us 1 January per year in the past 7 years now. Even the promise one in Port Harcourt will start working the year of December. And today is December 30. That means remain just what it has to the cross over to the next year. That means they deceive us. So please, our economy is just in a verge of collapse all these days, because what we can use 1,000 for is difficult for us to use it as of now. Please, I want to ask a question. The minimum wage, can you use it to take a bag of rice? I'm just asking. So may God deliver us from bad leaders. That's my thing this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thursday, there was supposed to be a review of the minimum wage to be increased. So we're hoping that that's going to be done before the administration, says their goodbye. Okay. Let me take this last comment on Facebook. I hope the inaugurated Ajaokuta Steel Project, said by President Buhari, that it will create 500,000 jobs and will generate 1.6 billion naira annually is not another scam for Nigeria, because we are still expecting the functional refinery promised to commence in December this year.
Okay, if truly Ajaokuta will create 500,000 jobs, it will surely reduce the number of people subjected to abject poverty, because we all know the unemployment is also one of the tools being used to put the citizens in poverty. Well, this is where we drop the anchor this morning, the last edition of AM Updates for the year 2022. A very big thank you to everybody joining us that have joined us, just joining us on this Dial Solutions 939 FM. And remember, let us stay positive. Fino is saying, so far so good. I thank God.
Yeah, I'm thanking God and we're thanking you. We couldn't have done it or made it possible without you. My name is Favor Oloruntala. Sign out saying Happy New Year in advance.
My name is Olada Kwakunubi. Coming up next is Okajue.
So far so good though, I thank God for giving me life today. So far so good though, I thank God for the place where I did today. Everybody say, Everybody say,